James here from GoodGuitarist.com, and today I want to show you, I guess you could call it a trick, to take the chords that you're already very familiar with, like the E chord, and to turn them into something really fun and colorful, and definitely different than what you're used to doing on guitar. You know, it's one of those things that keeps guitar exciting. You know, when you're in the grind and you're improving your chord switches and all that, sometimes it's nice to just take a step back and do something that's immediately rewarding. And it's also great for strumming because we don't really have to focus on the chord shape. We can focus more on expressing ourselves rhythmically, loosening up, and experimenting with the strumming pattern, basically. Now, really quickly, before I show you how to do all this, if you haven't grabbed your copy of my free ebook, there's a link in the corner. It's a great resource to have no matter what your level, whether you're a beginner or an intermediate player. You're going to keep coming back to it. It's over 45 pages long at this point, and all the stuff that we're going to be covering today, you know, all the tabs and the backing tracks, those are available on my Patreon page, and I'll put a link for all of that stuff down below in the description. So we have a lot to go through today. I have 3 of these for you, and each one of them is going to have a different strumming pattern or a different groove for you to practice. The first one is based on the E chord. So we're starting out on an E chord, and I want to think about my middle and ring finger. They're on the 2nd fret. I'm going to bring them up to the 5th fret, and my index finger is going to follow them. And that's our next chord. It's kind of like a G chord. And then we go down 1 fret, and we go down 1 fret until we get back to our starting point. So we technically have 4 chord shapes, but they all use the E chord shape. We can just do it like that. And that's how we start. And then we can flesh that out. You know, it's a really grungy feeling thing to me. Like, sounds like 90s grunge acoustic. As far as that pattern goes, we're gonna go 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. But I want things that are easily accessible to you. So let's scratch out that 16th note strumming and let's replace it with 2 measures of regular counting. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. At the end of the day, that gives us 16 little bits. So it's basically 16th note counting, but a little bit simpler to follow along. We're on our E chord and we're gonna go down, down, up, and then we're gonna switch to our chord. And that's the first bit of our pattern. We got to incorporate that switch into it. As far as the timing is concerned, there's a downstroke on beat 1, 1, and then a down up on 2, down up. And then we switch on beat 3. So 1, 2, 3. You know, we're making 3 motions on beats 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do a downstroke on our new chord on beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, that's as far as you need to get it first, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you get over that, the rest of the pattern's pretty straightforward. For the next half of the pattern, we're going to stay on this chord the entire time, and we're going to go 1 and 2, 3, 4. So we're missing beat 1, then we're going up, and then we have a downstroke on beat 2. And I would practice that all together, going 1 and 2, 3, 4. Just isolating it. Miss and 2, 3, 4. And then to finish it, we just do a downstroke on 3 and then a down up on 4. Those are elementary elements of rhythm. You know, we would do that second half all together. Miss, up, down, 3, 4. Over and over. You practice each half of the pattern, and then you put it all together. Down, down, miss, down, up, down, 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 up. And then we do the same thing for our next 2 chord shapes. really slowly for you. Down, down, up, switch, down, miss, up, down, 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 up, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And that's it. You just play that a whole bunch of times in a row. First, do it slow, do it with a metronome, build yourself up. Now, when it comes to practicing these and getting them to the point where you can just play them and they sound great, I have the tabs and the instructions on a worksheet. That's available on my Patreon page, along with backing tracks, because I think it's really important to practice along and get the right feeling for it. You know, making the strokes and doing all that, that's part of the practicing and getting it all right. But then once you're at that point, the next part is polishing it off and making it really feel like it, and playing along with those recordings is going to make that happen. Now, the next one that I want to do goes like this. We're on the D chord, and I want to keep track of where my index and middle finger are. They're on the 2nd fret. So for the D chord, they're on the 2nd fret. And then I'm going to bring them way up to the 9th fret, and you should have an inlay there. You can see the little dot. I have one facing my face on top of the neck too, which makes it really easy to tell where I'm at. Then we go up to the 12th fret. Once again, there should be an inlay there. And then we go down to the 7th fret, where there's also an inlay. So the inlays are going to guide us on this one, you know, as long as we follow our index finger. 2, 9, 12, and then 7. And you just get used to that, you know, moving up and down through them in that order, thinking about the fret numbers. And then we can add some rhythm to it. It goes like this. And if you learned Linger on my channel, that's the exact same strumming pattern that we do in Linger. It's a super common one. Jimmy Page uses it a lot. Like this trick too, you know, going up and down using the D chord, Over the Hills and Far Away, and a few other Zeppelin tunes. It's a really awesome, cool sounding thing. Stairway to Heaven, he uses it. Anyways, this strumming pattern, once again, it's a 16th note strumming pattern, but we're going to simplify it, and we're going to actually count it in a different way. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So we have 3 plus 3 plus 2. And that ends up making 8, which puts us in 4/4 time. But it's kind of like superimposing different time signatures on it, and it really allows you to emphasize the right beats. And that all sounds super complicated coming out of my mouth like that. But really, when we break it down, you'll see it is quite simple. We go down, down, up, down. That's the core of our pattern. So we count 1, 2, and 3. Downstroke on 1, down, up on 2, and then a down on 3. And you want to get used to that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You just do that a whole bunch till it's comfortable. And now, in our pattern, we're going to do that 2 times. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we're just going to play a downstroke, and we're going to go 1, 2. Or you could go down, down, up, if you're really fast at switching, you know, because we kind of need time to switch. That's why I'm cutting off that down, up at the end. But basically at the end, we count 1, 2, play a down on 1, or you can play a down on 1 and a down up on 2. Up to you. You'll see me do either, because I am fast at switching, because I've practiced a lot. Not that, you know, anyways. And we're going to do that 1 time on each chord shape. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And you'll want to emphasize all the beat ones. So every time you say 1, give it a little bit more oomph. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Once again, tabs and the backing tracks on my Patreon page, so you have like a full package to practice along to. Now we have one last one for you, and this one's based on the A minor chord. So I'm playing A minor, then I'm going up 2 frets, which is technically B minor / A, but we'll just call it B minor. As far as the strumming, once again, we're switching chords during the pattern and doing all this stuff, and that's what makes these things groove. We're gonna divide our pattern into 2 halves. The first half goes, that's super easy. I'm just playing down, 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 down. So 1 and 2 and, then I switch to my next chord, 3 and 4 and it helps to emphasize the numbers and do the ands a little bit quieter. So like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and once you speed it up, instead of going like, that sounds different than, you know what I mean? So it's important to slow it down though. Don't just try to do it fast and be like, I can't do it. You want to, and count 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Break out your metronome, do what it takes to get good at it. Now the second half, it's not too tricky, but we are switching on an off beat. It's a little bit syncopated. We start on our A minor and we go 1 and then we switch to the B minor on beat 2. 1 and 2, and then we play and we do a big and right on the and after 2, and then we do nothing on beat 3 and we go and 4 and. You can see it all written there. Let's kind of like work our way through it. 1 and switch and 3 and 4 and. Just like take a look at it, try it at your own pace till it feels good, and then do the whole thing slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and switch and 3 and 4 and. Over time, you get it up to speed. By, maybe today you just do it ultra slow. Tomorrow you're feeling comfortable, speed it up a bit. And then, by next week, you're right up there. And, that's all there is to it. Now, when it comes to developing the skills to be able to pick something like this up quickly, maybe you're not totally comfortable with strumming, or maybe it's the chord shapes that are giving you some trouble. I have a complete method from start to finish. It guides you every step of the way, really breaking it down and making sure that you get it before you move on, kind of like a teacher would in real life. It's my course, Learn Guitar Once and For All. I'll put more information about that in the description and in the corner here. Otherwise, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy learning guitar with me. Don't forget there's that worksheet and all that stuff on my Patreon page, and there's my free ebook. Anyways, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.